in
I
your?
don't know. I won't speak for everyone else, but with the simple stuff, Ryan, I'll ask you about your position change, or change-ish, give or take new role. Yeah, nothing crazy. Nothing pressing.
Yeah.
We're
The
gonna
usual.
start real
Yes,
quick.
yeah, you know.
We're gonna start things out with our FAC lead reporter, Grant Keefe.
I am starting
So,
now.
yeah, you just take the floor real quick.
Okay. All right. Been a minute since I last talked to you guys, Coach Hall. Anyone can speak on this. How's the off season progressed?
It's been pretty good. This senior class, have been good leadership so far. They understand what is at stake. They've been through the battles. Like these kids here have started since they were sophomores. So they understand the goals in mind and what we're trying to achieve even outside our conference. But it's been a good summer. 2-a-day practice has been going really well. These guys are focused and they're ready to go.
All right, Ryan. I know last year 1,000-yard receiving season, and this year you kind of have a little bit of a new role I've heard about. Tell me about it. How are you feeling about it?
I mean, I'm excited, really excited. It's a little different for me, obviously, but I mean, overall, I'm just here, ready to do what I can to help us win. I mean, if that's going to running back or taking snaps at receiver, I mean, it's my last year here, and I'm just doing whatever it takes to win.
You've been watching maybe Debo Samuel film to try and get yourself ready.
No. I mean, I probably should though, huh?
Maybe. All right, Bodie, third-year starting quarterback now. What kind of advantage does that give you? The fact that pretty much your entire high school career, you've been the varsity starting quarterback for the Jackson Ironmen.
Right. Yeah. I got a lot of experience under my belt, and excited for the season. We got a lot of returners from last year, and just excited for the season.
And Jake, I know we talked about it last time we spoke about the offensive line. I mean, you just have 5 major bodies. Trench is going to be very, very good this year. How are you feeling coming up with some good teams coming up on the schedule?
I'm feeling very confident. This is the biggest line I've been a part of by a landslide. We're almost 300 across the board. So if we're just going to do what we're capable of doing, we should have no problems.
Carl Blaylock Media. Coach Hall, when we talked earlier in the summer, you talked about how there were some gaps in the linebacking core you were looking to fill this year. I know Tate Rosler was somebody you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
How has he filled that role, and has anyone else stepped up to fill in that role?
He's doing a great job. He's a sophomore. He's a little undersized, but he has a great motor. We had a scrimmage the other night, and he did a great job. Just trying to figure out, again, those roles on defense. We lost a majority of our linebacking core and a couple of guys in the secondary, so we try to move kids around, and even 3 of our starters from defense last year changed positions. So it's a new unit altogether. Eli Davis was our 3rd linebacker last year, so he's the only starter coming back, and he's shown a good leadership role in getting those guys ready. Jake Gallagher's a freshman. He has a chance to play a little bit inside as well. But we moved Gavin Seitz, who's our starting strong safety, to the inside linebacker spot. So, it's been a work in progress. I was really happy with the differences between our first and second scrimmages with the whole unit. But that's why they work hard. These kids get opportunities. Some young kids get a shot to play on Friday night for the first time, and we'll see how it goes. But I think the progress has been very good.
With some of those younger players on defense, how much do having guys like Eli and Gavin in those positions help kind of curb that learning?
Well, I mean, they've played. Made them play those positions, but they've been in these battles again. We moved Eli Ray, who's been a 2-year starter at corner. He's playing outside linebacker. We always move him back if we had to. We're starting 2 juniors at corner who so far have done a real good job this summer. Christian Gillum was a starting corner last year, but he's back. Dayton Counter, who has moved into that spot, he played some free safety for us last year. He's moved to corner. Ryan is the one returner there and strong safety, and then C.J. Crabtree is the free safety right now. So, of course, Bodie can play in the secondary if we need him to. But, just understanding their roles and being able to make adjustments. And, Charlie Woodard is our outside linebacker that came back from last year. We had 4 guys that played there. He's the only returning starter in that position, and he's making a lot of calls now on the defensive side. And, Wes Clagg is our top returner at the defensive line, nose tackle, and so he's done a nice job as well. So, experience, maybe not in the same positions that they played in the past, but the guys are really playing hard, and I think they'll have a good year.
All right, Coach, since 2017, since the FAC was founded in 2017, you guys have had at least a share of the title every single year. Mm-hmm. And, now things are a little bit different. We've got Chillicothe's brought in Carper. Miami Trace is definitely a step better than they have been in years guys, and this goes out to players too, what are you guys doing to ensure that the road to the title runs through Jackson?
Well, they understand that that's the number one goal every year for us. And like you said, Miami Trace, this senior group has battled them throughout junior high. They know them really well. And, it was a close game last year at our place. It's been a pretty nice rivalry, really, between the two schools and in all sports, whether it be football, basketball, or baseball. But again, that's our number one focal point. Like I said, Coach Carver coming in from Chillicothe, they've always got good athletes. Be interesting to see how that works out. Hillsborough and McLean are always building, and they get better a little bit every year. And then of course Courthouse has a new coach too. Chuck's back with that program, and so it's a very competitive league, and each and every week you got to play your best to give a shot to win. And I know that the bullseye is on our chest. Everyone in the league is going to be looking at us to try to dethrone, and that's the way it should be. But we got some good rivalries there, and coaches do a great job in this conference, and I know these kids are excited about trying to defend that title.
Yeah, like he said, the conference title is the top goal for us. But I think our non-conference games really gets us going for those games. We have a tough non-conference schedule that gets us ready for those conference games.
How do you guys feel about the Gallia rivalry coming back this year?
I think it's more of a thing like the stuff we've heard like in the past. Like we don't know anything about it, but like our dads and everybody else, not my dad, but these guys' dads and my mom has told me a lot about how that rivalry just ran through Jackson and Gallia. I know our parents don't really probably like any of their parents, if you know what I mean. Just like overall the rivalry is just coming back, and I think that's a good thing for both schools.
Yeah, I tell you, it's like he said, they don't know the rivalry. My coaching staff does because they all played in it and have coached in it for many years. We're excited. They're 30 minutes down the road. It's a game that's been played for many years, whether it's a non-conference or conference game, and so we're excited to get them back on the schedule. And these guys will understand that that second week, when the opposing team, it's all that blue in the stands, they'll realize this is a big game. So we're excited to have them back.
Is that gonna be your guys' senior day this year again?
Yes.
Mr. Zuzinski?
Do you guys have any games that you've highlighted on the schedule or any you're really looking forward to for everybody?
You guys go ahead first.
Yeah, me personally, it has to be Ironton. That's the only team that I played in the regular season without beating. So it just means a lot to me. Hopefully get it this senior year and get the job done.
Yeah, Ironton, also Wheelersburg. They're always our top rivals in the non-conference schedule. And then Miami Trace and Chillicothe, I'm looking forward to as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the league games and Ironton and Williamsburg. Just kind of the same thing they said. Just been hard competition every year, and we've played these guys since we were 12 years old in every sport, not just football. But we know them and we want to beat them. So excited for that.
Yeah, we had our senior picnic, and we had our guys write their goals down. Every one of them said, within the first 5 goals is to beat Ironton. And like Jake just said, it's a team that in the last 4 years, with very close games, games we thought we had a shot right there to win at the end, but we didn't. So, it's time for us to try to take that next step. Because again, games like that help you prepare for a conference title and help you prepare for hopefully a regional championship and get into that Final Four and the state title game. You have to play those type of teams. 2 of the teams that beat us last year won state titles. And so, we don't shy away from competition. These kids get excited when they see the calendar every year and see these teams that we play. Western Brown is another team that's been a good game for us, week 4 the last 7-8 years. And then we're opening up this year with Little Miami, a Division I school out of Cincinnati. It's the first time we've ever played them, so that's going to be a Saturday night game. Big school, and I know they got a new coaching staff, and they're going to be excited about coming down to Jackson. But it's fun, be able to play these type of teams and get us ready for the bigger goals.
It's no doubt that in the regular season, since 2018, you guys haven't had a 3-loss regular season, so it's dominant regular seasons. Especially for you seniors, the furthest you guys have gotten, you played Bishop Watterson, lost by 2 your freshman year, and then last year that same Bishop Watterson team beat you on their way to the state championship. What are you guys doing to get further into the playoffs to maybe take your team to state?
I've really preached, like, we've all as a team, and Coach Hall and all the other coaches, are just little things. Like, I mean, anything that we can do to get an edge, whether that's hustle off the field, show up early, like 10, 15 minutes early, just anything we can get a little edge, just trying to push our team to the next level. We've talked about it as a senior class in general. Just we've got to take the next step to make a better playoff run. We've got to do this, we've got to do that. Like, we've got to figure something out that we can just push ourselves. And I mean, we're all kind of in this mode where this is the last shot we got to do that. So anything that it takes, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, like he said, you know, we got a big senior class, and you know, this is our last time, this is our last go around, so we really want to make it count and make a deep run finally.
Like Ryan said, we've all been hammering in the idea of doing the little things, whether it's, like you said, showing up to practice early, or a lot of us will stay after and run extra laps, just extra sprints, just to do anything to get ourselves better in shape or just a stronger mentality. So that's what it's going to come down to, is just doing the little things right.
That's all the time we've got here. Thank you guys so much for
Okay.
Go follow Steven. Yeah, follow Steven to the next station. I promise
Okay.
a lot more hands-on than this one was. But that's
All
all
right,
right.
all right, thank you guys, yeah, appreciate it.
You guys have a good one. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us.